Wow, it's amazing. It's Monday already. What happened to Saturday and Sunday? They just zoom by so fast. You know what? We need longer weekends. This 2-day thing just isn't cutting it. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. I just kind of relaxed around the house, did my stuff, did my chores, and just hung around and did some reading, did some writing. Nowhere with arithmetic, just reading and writing. Anyway, we're going to get on with this podcast this morning. There's no labels on this podcast, by the way, so it could be funny, it could be riveting, or it could be just damn stupid. I don't know. Listen, the other day I talked to you about Southwest Airlines, and they had a religious liberty lawsuit from one of the employees because she posted something on her social media account, and she was against abortion, and she expressed that she was against abortion. And I guess some of the employees read it, or the management read it, and they fired her. They said, bye-bye, we don't believe in you having free speech. So anyway, they lost the case in court, and then the judge ordered that the Southwest attorneys, hey, you need to go to religious liberty training because that's part of the Constitution, so you need to know this. You need to understand that you need to protect religious liberty in your company. And so all of these legal scholars came out and they said, well, I don't really think the judge has it. You know what? If the judge says you need to know something about the Constitution and I'm going to send you to school because it's going to help you, you go. The other thing I was really interested in, I have 2 clients that work for Beyoncé, and they're off on tour at the moment. And I was reading an article this morning, and it said that on the Beyoncé concerts and the Taylor Swift fans, they have boosted Uber demand as both artists tour across the United States. And you know how much they're doing at every single concert? 3,000 riders. Can you imagine that? One night, 3,000 riders. Per concert. Not just one concert. Per concert. Every time they come into town, they get boosted because people go to concerts. They don't drive themselves anymore. They call up Uber. Listen, I've done the same thing. I've called up Uber and said, listen, you need to pick me up here and I need to get home. The only problem is that I fail to forget that traffic is so bad when you go into a concert and when you get out of a concert, especially these big-time concerts like this. Now, you forget about the traffic situation. Here's an interesting thing that is happening right now. Customers with the Walmart-linked Green Dot Bank say they can't get to their money. They can't get into the money's going into their accounts, but they can't get into their bank accounts. And so I've been asking you guys this question over and over and over again. How safe is your money? This isn't just going to happen at Green Dot Bank. It's going to happen at other banks too. In fact, there are some banks, PNB Bank, shutting down branches. And they want everybody to go to only certain ones, and if you want cash, you can only go to certain ones. So they're shutting down their branches because they're trying to cut costs. Banks are not in good financial conditions. I don't know how many times I've got to say that, but they're not. They're undercapitalized and they're in trouble. So now Green Dot Bank is having a little bit of trouble, and the customers can't get their money out. Do you know how frustrating that would be to be able to not get money out to go buy food or to put gas in your car or anything? They're stuck. They're frozen. They can't do anything. That will happen to other banks. I'm giving you this warning right now that this is going to happen to other banks. And it's happened not just in the United States, but it has happened abroad where banks are no longer allowing you to withdraw You can only draw certain amounts, and sometimes not at all. Amazon sent out a warning to all of its employees, come back into the office. And I read another article which was really amazing. And it said this, and I can't find it when they need to find it. Remote work might not be as productive as once thought. New studies show. Well, hot damn. I mean, listen, when you're at home and no one's watching you, you're going over to that refrigerator, and you're supposed to be working on a report, but you know what? A snack would be nice. I'm speaking from experience now. Snack would be nice. So let me go over there and see what's in the refrigerator. So you stand there for 10 minutes and you decide what you're going to do. That's 10 minutes that you've just taken away from your employer. Listen, I have had people call me to do mediations during the middle of the day when they should have been working. And we're doing mediation while they're supposed to be working. I have now stopped that. And I have said, listen, we can do this in the evening when you guys are not working. And we reschedule it so that we do it in the evening time. I have gone into mediation or into advisory work way into the night. Well, I got out of one at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I don't want people taking away from the work that they're doing for their employers. You know, the number one expense, and I told you this before, the number one expense on an income statement is salaries and wages. Salaries and wages are the biggest expense line on there. And if that is being wasted, then we have a problem. We have a problem because we're not getting the time allocated to us as employers. We're not quite sure exactly what you're working on during the course of the day. How honest are you being with your employer? Those are the questions that you should be asking yourself. I'm not asking it. I don't have any more employees. But you should be asking this question. If I'm working at home, sitting at my desk, am I giving it my all, or is my employer only getting 70% of my time and not the full 100%? So you can understand why companies even Zoom is asking that their employees be back at the office. Now, Zoom is the company that invented employees able to work at their home, be able to attend meetings, be able to do conference calls, be able to call their customers. They invented that. Zoom, I use Zoom all day long, but I work for myself. And I'm working with my clients throughout the United States. I have Zoom on my phone. I have Zoom on my laptop. I have Zoom on my main system here. So that no matter where I am at, I am getting my email through Zoom. I am doing video messages through Zoom now. I am doing all of my meetings through Zoom. No matter where I am at in the world. I have even done it in the airport, and I have done it in the train station. But I digress, because we were talking about working from home and making sure that we're giving 100%. So Zoom has said, we need for you guys to come back. Amazon has said, we need you guys to come back. Twitter has said, we need you to come back. So many companies have said, it's time to come back. It's time to come back. I read another article this morning. And the title of it, and I agree with this title, we need less social media and more old school influence buildings. Let's repeat that again. We need less social media and more old school influence building. Remember what that used to be? That used to be going into the office, meeting with our co-workers, going out of the office, having lunch with our co-workers, going to social occasions for business. We went to seminars for business. We were building our social status through our writing, through our participation in our business, getting our work out there publicized. We were influence building by building teams. We were influence building by talking to each other on a daily basis. I remember I had a client, and I love this client. It was a co-generation power investment banking firm. That's all they did. But every Monday they had this. They had a coffee clutch. So you would go to the boardroom, and they had coffee set up. They had bagels set up with cream cheese. They had some Danish. And you would sit there and you would talk. You would talk and see what was going on with the rest of the company. What was happening in accounting, what was happening in business development, what was happening in acquisitions. I mean, they were literally communicating. They were building their social network, their social media at that time. We didn't have Twitter and stuff back then. See, the problem is that we have forgotten how to communicate, and we have forgotten how to talk. We have forgotten how to read people. We have forgotten all this stuff because we've been stuck at home, isolated from the world. I feel isolated working here at home. That's why I have to get up sometimes and go to a Starbucks or go into a rent a day for an office just to be able to get out and to socialize and to see people again and to communicate with people. Social networking is gone. Remember, before the pandemic, I was invited to so many business networking events in Palm Beach and also in Los Angeles. We had all kinds of networking events, and we would meet people. We would see what they did. We heard their stories. We did everything. That was our social power, is who we were connecting with. Listen, Twitter is not a way to make friends in business. Or I wouldn't even call it friends, associates in business. Contacts in business. We have forgotten how. We have forgotten how that communication process works. All those events were taken away from us. The social interaction of going into the office and working together as a team was taken away from us. And we need to get back into this old school type of thing because we as human beings need this mental stimulation, this communication stimulation. And that's why it's so important for individuals to get back to work where they have mentors that work with them every single day, where they have bosses who are watching them every single day, communicating with them every single day, speaking out what the expectations are as a team of a business. So I agree with this. We need the old school social influencing. It was much better. We were well-rounded human beings. Listen, if you would like to sit down with me and speak confidentially with me in a business advisory session, you can go to www.lodge.co.com. If you would like to send me a business question, you can send it to thebusinessadvisor@gmail.com. Everybody go out and have a great Monday. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.